Hello there, YouTube. It's been a while since I made a video, and I was going to make one a couple of days ago, because it had been 90 days since I'd made a video, and I thought it'd be a good time to jump back in and make another one. And then I got quite sick. I don't know exactly what's wrong with me. I thought it might have been COVID, but I went to the doctor, and they didn't even suggest COVID, so clearly it wasn't on their mind. They said likely viral, and I've been put on steroids and various different medications. I'm struggling to talk, I'm struggling to swallow, struggling to sleep, struggling to talk, as you can see. And for some reason, I seem to have broken out into acne on my forehead, my cheeks. I'm approaching 40. I've never had acne before in my life. What the hell is happening here? My body has just decided that now it hates me. And it hates me in ways it's never hated me before. Which is annoying. Because I wanted to give it 3 months so that I could focus on a few different projects. And then I wanted to get back into making videos. And in those 3 months, I was going to focus on writing my tabletop RPG, which I've done. And I've produced a playable demo, a playable beta of this tabletop RPG, which you can now get on my Discord. You can get that, you can play it. It's got placeholder text, it's got errors in it, of course it has, because it's not finished. Now, there's a video on my channel called an all-skill roll D20 system. And that video is starting to get more views now, primarily because the new D&D version has come out, and there's issues with it. So people are looking up independent D20 alternatives, and that video has started to get views. It will be the perfect time to start talking about this game, and I would have loved to be able to start making videos, and I really do want to, once I'm in a position to start making videos again. The UK general election is coming up, and there were so many issues I want to talk about, political issues and social issues that I thought would be an interesting basis for a video, and I want to go over those. I've recently been taking part in a couple of buddy reads, and I've read a few books that I want to discuss with you guys, and I've got a few new Folio Society books I want to go over, and I've had a few realizations concerning video games and my health that I thought would make some interesting videos too. All of these were things I was planning on making this week. I still plan to make those videos. I still want to chat to you guys. This is not supposed to be the end of my channel. So, assuming that I'm still here, and whatever this sickness is doesn't end me completely, I do intend to make these videos in the future. So, you'll be seeing more of me. I'll be discussing my RPG, and we'll be going over how this all-skill system works. It's changed significantly, but it feels really, really modular and freeform in a way that I love. It's now not just an all-skill roll system, it's an all-skill roll, completely freeform point-buy system with the ability to multi-class modularly through buying individual powers, with a merit and flaw system similar to that of GURPS or World of Darkness, and it now uses a 2-die system, like 2d10, 2d8, 2d6, rather than a d20 system to give it more of a bell curve. And it's got a completely free form and open-ended magic system that is now more abstract and down to GM description and player interpretation and description, making the magic system completely unique. Oh, it's a system I really look forward to describing for you guys. I have been recording gameplay footage, by the way, for my video games. So I look forward to showing off my gameplay footage, discussing video games. There's been some new video game announcements I really want to go into. So that's going to be a lot of fun, I think. I want to talk about some big changes in the way I play video games now, because I think that's interesting. Some games that have come out, there's been a lot of video game drama with Helldivers and Stellar Blade and Street Fighter 6 and a few other games that have been big names. And then, of course, there were the big announcements. There's been all this woke stuff concerning Sweet Baby and changes in the way games are being advertised and sold. It's fascinating, and I think that there's a lot of stuff that we can discuss about that. And then, of course, there's reading. Now, I'm currently reading Lonesome Dove because I thought I had my book here. I don't. I thought it was on top of that laptop. It's not. I was going to show it to the camera, but it's not yet. Right, I'm currently reading Lonesome Dove. And I've recently done a buddy read of Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. So I want to discuss those and go into a little bit of detail on certain kinds of books and what I've been looking for in reading recently. I was planning on doing June on the Range, but obviously I've not even finished Lonesome Dove yet, and it's right at the end of June. So I'm probably going to end up doing Belated July on the Range, which is fine. I am also planning a buddy read of War and Peace, and there's a buddy read happening on the Discord for Dune in July, so that's interesting. The Discord has kind of woken up again. One of the big changes in the last 3 months is Gilded has gone and shat itself. What we were using, Gilded, was a better version of Discord. It had more features. It was free. You didn't have to buy Nitro. So it was better than Discord. It had more freedom, more options available. It had higher quality audio and video. It had a larger limit for uploads. It had a lot more stuff that you could do. Stuff that is hidden behind the Nitro system. Like if you want to do those in Discord, you need to buy Nitro. So we were going through Gilded. It was working well. Then Gilded shut the bed and decided that you now need a Roblox account in order to be on Gilded. So we moved back to Discord. To be honest, we had to move back anyway. Gilded, while it is better, it's just not competing. It was one of those apps where people just didn't have it installed on their phones or computers. They didn't check it. You need to reach a certain level with apps like this where people will actually open it and check it every day. Twitter reached that point. Facebook reached that point. Discord's reached that point. Gilded just didn't, which means people would join and then they'd just forget to open the app and they'd not really get into the community because the app wasn't one of those habitual check apps. Discord is, which means we're already getting more conversations happening because people actually check Discord and join in. So conversations are starting up again and the community is kind of waking up. It really did trickle down to a very minor amount of conversations, and it was almost entirely just the guys that I play tabletop RPGs with. Like the buddy reads had almost completely stopped, but then I'd stopped making videos as well, so I wasn't encouraging it, I wasn't pushing it, so it's understandable. But what I'm hoping is that now we'll be able to build that community back up again, and more people will be able to take part, and we can discuss more. Especially now that I'm going to be making more videos about my tabletop RPG and describing the lore, the system, how it all fits together, describing actual gameplay and how that's working, so that we can test it out and see how it works. Because eventually, I'm going to want to take the placeholder images, which are all copyrighted images I got off Google, and replace them with images that I've commissioned from artists. I've got a couple of AI generated images in there as well because I can't draw. So the idea is I want to be able to get proper images from an artist, but they cost money. I'd have to pay them, and I don't have a great deal of money. So once that's set up, we can then look at maybe sticking it up on something like Kickstarter, get it print on demand maybe, and potentially have an indie game out there. It's still early stages, but I'm looking forward to trying to get it out there. And it's in a playable state, which is lovely. I've been working on my own writing. I have a novel series. I say series because the storyline that I have, I won't say storyboarded, but it's outlined. It's in note form. It's in various different spreadsheets and things like that. Where I've got the storyline. I've got the key elements. I've got bits of writing that I want to put together. It's quite a long and it's quite a complex story. It's probably at least a trilogy. It might be longer. I doubt it would be possible to do the story I want in a single novel, and I don't know how much writing I would need to do. At the moment, I've been writing in what I'd call workbook pages, which are A4 pages on a writing program that I use, which have about 1,000 words per page, about 1,000 to 1,100 words per page. So they are easily more than 3 pages in a standard novel. One moment. Bobo, stop scratching at the door. I'll come out in a moment. I know, I'm talking and it's not you. Oi. I'll come out in a minute, okay? The cat can hear me talking, and I'm not talking to her, and she wants attention. I don't know if you can hear her scratching at the door. I'll go out and I'll give her a cuddle and play with her for a bit, but I've not been well, so she's not been seeing as much of me. Yeah, it's been interesting doing the writing. I want to show off some of my writing and see what you guys think. Maybe I can put some sample chapters or that kind of stuff online and get your opinions. As a world, it's had so many different inspirations. I would say some of the inspirations are so vast and different. Like, I've taken inspirations from some of my favourite novels, like, say, the Game of Thrones series, for certain writing styles and tones and the way noble families and houses are done. I've taken inspiration from the Devil May Cry Western remake when it comes to the way I've envisioned an alternate dimension, but I've combined it with other elements from likes of the new Lords of the Fallen game for like this alternate dimension, but I have a different explanation to both of them for why it works and how it fits together. I've taken inspiration from other tabletop RPGs, including Shadowrun, for how certain spirits are formed and what their basis are. I've also taken some cyberpunk inspirations and combined it with a steampunk world to create these steampunk guild houses that have a lot of power over noble and royal families in order to create what feels like a punk game. Because one of the problems I have is cyberpunk is not just cyber, it's cyberpunk. There needs to be a revolutionary aspect to it. There needs to be a oppression aspect to it. The point of cyberpunk is we're in this cybernetics world, but we're also downtrodden and in a pseudo-fascist world where corporations and governments are controlling us and our rights are being eroded. Whereas you look at steampunk and you don't really see that. You see a lot of cogs and steam and clockworks and engines and pistons. You get a lot of the aesthetic, but you don't get much of the punk elements. And the punk elements matter. Now, you can go 2 ways with this. You can either actually use the Renaissance and Victorian era abuses and oppression. You can have racism and slavery and feudalism and elements of controlling the masses through those structures, which I am using. But you could also go and take modern forms of wealth oppression and protectionism and put those into the world to create something completely new and unique, which is what I'm trying. I'm hoping people will enjoy it anyway. It's a setting as a concept that I've never seen done, which is why I wanted to try and write it. So I hope that you all find it interesting. And I'm not dead anyway. Oh, I feel like shit, but I'm not dead. And I'm still writing, I'm still creating, and I still want to engage with you guys. I want to make my games, I want to do my writing, and I want to chat about gaming and geek stuff and books, and I want to involve you all. And Gilded may have collapsed in on itself, but the Discord is active again, and we're all on there chatting. So if you want to take part, come and join us, because I want to try and build the community up again. The community still has that lovely feel. There's still those same few people at the base that make it feel great, that make it feel welcoming, that make it feel unique in that we can have vastly different opinions and ideas. We can debate and discuss, politics, we can discuss the wars and elections around the world, and we can still discuss TV and video games and books and enjoy each other's company, even if we disagree, even if we've got a liberal atheist who's big on environmentalism one end of the argument, and then we've got a MAGA Christian who's supporting traditionalism and wants to revitalize Christian values. We can have those two people, and they can enjoy each other's company, and they can play games together, and they can have fun, and they can be decent people to each other, because that's missing on the internet. And I love that my community has that, and also that my community allows for people to say, I think you're wrong, and I think that your opinion is stupid, and not cry about it. That they can discuss and debate and have an argument, and then still treat each other like decent human beings at the end. And then we can go and play a game of D&D, or we can play Helldivers on PlayStation, or we can do a buddy read together, and we can all be cool. Right, well, I'm going to go play with the cat, because she wants attention. But thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.